Hey everybody, it's Aaron Norris with the Norris Group, and how do you feel about tiny homes for homeless in your neck of the woods? That and much more as we cover the biggest headlines in real estate. Up on the radio show and podcast, we have Tom Wilson of Wilson Investments. He's been an investor up in the Bay Area for some time, but he invests in other states, and he talks about how he chooses which states to invest in, how it's different, especially Texas versus California, market cycles, and where he likes to learn about real estate. That and more up on the radio show and podcast. Mortgage delinquency rates were their lowest in more than 10 years last month, according to CoreLogic, having decreased another 0.2% year over year. The debt on commercial and multifamily properties increased 1.5% to $45.4 billion to $3.1 trillion in the third quarter. Do you exhibit the 7 habits of highly effective flippers? Well, Adam Data Solutions released a list of the 7 habits all flippers should have, and this is a competitive market, and we hear all the time how difficult it is to find a deal. So what do they think is important? Are you proactive? Finding the deal is, of course, the hardest thing, and if you're not doing anything to get one, well, then you don't deserve to get a deal, I guess. Do you already have the number you need to get before you start? Do you know that your number's good, well enough so you don't get slammed if you get in there and you don't want to lose money? Do you know your consumer? What type of person or family is going to ultimately buy the finished product? Do you know you're helping not just the family that you're ultimately is going to be in the house, but the neighborhood, and you're creating jobs? And effective flippers are efficient. Can you get through it quickly? And lastly, are you taking advantage of emerging markets? Well, there you have it, the 7 most effective traits of a real estate investor. Freddie Mac made a move in the affordable single-family rental space, but not as you might think. SR certificates are backed by mortgages secured by affordable single-family rental units, and Freddie Mac is securitizing some of those, and they're going to be guaranteeing them, I should say. Some $200 million in loans are being made, and $161 million are going to be guaranteed by Freddie Mac. It's made up of 59 loans total, making up 2,300 properties, of which 94% are considered affordable. The deal settles next week, and the press release from Freddie Mac was a little vague. I have to dig into the actual PDF that they released, talking about all the different structures and whatnot. But interesting that the GSEs are getting more investor friendly. Will this be made more available to the small mom and pop real estate investors? We hope so, and we'll wait and see. The Fed fund rate increased by 0.25% this week. There was no surprise there, but some are saying that it's going to increase 2 or 3 more times over the next 3 months. No end in sight because the economy supposedly is going really well. We've got the tax overhaul that's probably going to be announced sometime next week. Despite Janet Yellen leaving office, the government does not expect that there will be a change in the Fed's continuing interest increase. So we'll have to wait and see. But what will this do to the real estate market? We'll just have to see. Last week, we asked what you would do to address homelessness. Well, this week, San Jose is stepping up and saying, we're going to roll out tiny homes for homelessness. That's what we're going to do. After what turned out to be a heated debate, the City Council approved a year-long pilot program to build 1 tiny home village. The council will now narrow the potential sites down to 3 in the San Jose area, but eventually they want to place a tiny house village in each of the 11 San Jose districts. Well, the sticking point is that each of these small tiny homes costs $73,000 per tiny home, not for the entire village. That just seems like a lot of money, considering Amazon has these container homes that you can buy online for around 45 grand, I think 30, 45 grand. So it just seems like there should be a better way, and those are actually 300 square feet, where I think the tiny homes are much smaller than that. So we'll have to see. Other cities are also launching variations of this same thing. San Diego has 10 cities, and Oakland has their own tough shed idea. There's a lot of not in my backyard going on. Good old NIMBYism. How would you feel about a tiny home village of homeless living in your neighborhood? If you're on YouTube, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a beat. If you're on Facebook, please don't forget to not only like the Norris Group page, but don't forget to add us to your See First list and with notifications on. Leave your comments below the video, and if we miss something, share the story on our comment sections on either YouTube or Facebook, and we'll make sure to include it on our blog at thenorrisgroup.com/blog. We are done for speaking engagements for the year, but January 2nd we'll be back on the streets doing stay put or cash out with Prosperity Through Real Estate in LA. The 9th we'll be doing the same talk at Coachella Valley Real Estate Investors Association out in Palm Desert. January 10th we'll be doing at Robert Hall & Associates in Pasadena, and then January 11th at OC RIA, so in Orange County. So we're going to hit most major Southern California markets within the first month of January alone. Don't worry, we're adding plenty more dates on our calendar. Thank you for all the positive feedback so far. We had a huge turnout in San Diego this week. Really appreciate it. And don't worry, Northern California will be up there in Sacramento Sacramento in March. That will all be on our website. For more information on all those events, check out our website, thenorrisgroup.com, and that's where you can find out more on information about hard money loans, including fix and flip, buy and hold, and new construction, starting at just 6.9% for the hold program. That's ridiculous. For more information about trustee investing privately with whole notes, check out tngtrustees.com. With that, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next week.